Hello and welcome back to my channel, The Midlands Investor, your one-stop shop for all things investing and personal finance. Today's video is all about investing for beginners, specifically how to start investing with just $100. Investing can seem overwhelming and intimidating, but with the right knowledge and approach, it could be a great way to grow your wealth over time. Before we dive into the specifics of investing with a small amount of money, let's talk about why investing is important in the first place. The simple answer to this is that investing allows your money to work for you, rather than just sitting in a savings account earning a minimal amount of interest. Over time, the returns on your investments can compound, meaning that your initial investment can grow exponentially. So with that in mind, let's talk about how to get started with investing when you have a limited budget. The first step is to set a clear investment goal. What are you investing for? Is it for retirement, a down payment on a house, a holiday in a few years? Having a clear goal will help you determine the type of investments you should make and the amount of risk you're willing to take on. Once you have a clear goal in mind, the next step is to educate yourself about investing. There are many resources available online, including books, articles, and videos, much like this one. It's important to have a basic understanding of different investment types, such as stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and exchange-traded funds, or ETFs as they're better known. You should also take time to learn about the risks associated with investing and strategies for managing those risks too. Keep your eye out for a video on this later on from me. Now, let's talk about some specific investments that are well suited for beginners with a small amount of money to invest. One popular option is to make use of a robo-advisor, which is a digital platform that invests your money for you based upon your investment goals and risk tolerances. Many robo-advisors have low fees and require a low minimum investment, making them accessible to beginners. Some popular robo-advisors include Betterment, Wealthfront, and Acorns. Another option for beginners is to invest in index funds. An index fund is a type of mutual fund or ETF that tracks a specific market index, such as the S&P 500. Because index funds are passively managed, they have lower fees than actively managed funds, making them a cost-effective option. And because they track an entire index, rather than individual stocks, they provide diversification, which can help mitigate risk. Vanguard and Fidelity are two popular brokers that offer low-cost index funds. A third option for beginners is to invest in individual stocks. While this is a riskier option than the previous two, it can be rewarding. If you're interested in investing in individual stocks, it's important to do your research and choose companies with a strong track record of performance and growth potential for the future. Look for companies with a competitive advantage in their industry, a solid balance sheet, and a history of paying dividends. Some popular stocks for beginners include Apple, Amazon, and Microsoft. Now, let's talk about some tips for investing with a small amount of money. First and foremost, it is best to start small. Invest what you can afford to lose, and don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversification is key to managing risk, so consider investing in a mix of stocks, bonds, and index funds. And don't forget about fees too. They can eat into your returns over time, so choose investments with low fees whenever possible. Another tip for investing with a small amount of money is to automate your investments. Set up automatic contributions to your investment accounts so that you're consistently adding to your portfolio over time. This can help you take advantage of the power of compound interest. So, now you've got a better understanding of the basics of investing and some of the different investment options available to you. But how do you actually go about starting to invest when you only have a limited budget of $100? In this section, we're going to give you some practical tips and advice for getting started with investing on a small budget. So step number 1, start with that robo-advisor. If you're new to investing and have a limited budget, a robo-advisor can be a great option to get started. They are automated investment platforms that use algorithms to build and manage your portfolio. They typically charge lower fees than traditional human advisors, which makes them an attractive option for beginners who are investing small amounts. One advantage of using a robo-advisor is that they can help you to build a diversified portfolio that is tailored to your investment goals and risk tolerances. When you sign up, you'll usually be asked to fill out a questionnaire to determine your investment objectives and risk profile. Based upon your answers, the robo-advisor will suggest a portfolio of ETFs or mutual funds that are designed to match your needs. There are many to choose from, but some of the most popular ones in the UK include Nutmeg, Money Farm, and Wealthify. Check them out and let me know what you think in the comments. Step number 2. If you want to take on a more hands-on approach to investing, you might consider investing in index funds. Now, index funds are a type of mutual fund or ETF that tracks the performance of a specific market index, such as the FTSE 100 or the S&P 500. By investing in an index fund, you can gain exposure to a broad range of companies and industries without having to pick individual stocks. One of the advantages of index funds is that they are generally low cost and low maintenance. Because they are designed to track the performance of an index, they don't require a lot of active management either. This means that they typically have lower fees than actively managed funds, which can really eat into your returns over the long term. There are many different index funds to choose from, and it's really important to do your research to find ones that are right for you. Some popular index funds in the UK include the Vanguard FTSE All World ETF, the iShares Core FTSE 100 ETF, and the Legal & General UK Index Fund. Again, check all three of those out and let me know if you find any more in the comments. Step number 3. Start small and add to your portfolio over time. When you're just starting out with investing, it's important to remember that every little bit helps. Even if you can only afford to invest a small amount each month, it's still worth getting started. Over time, as your portfolio grows and you become more comfortable with investing, you can increase the amount you're investing each month. One of the advantages of starting small is that it allows you to test the waters without risking too much. By investing a small amount initially, you can learn about how the markets work and start to develop your investment strategy without putting a lot of money on the line. Step number 4. Use a tax-advantaged account. If you're investing in the UK, you should consider using a tax-advantaged account to help maximise your returns. The most popular tax-advantaged accounts are ISAs, or individual savings accounts, and SIPs, which are the self-invested personal pensions. ISAs allow you to invest up to a certain amount each year without paying any tax on your returns. This is currently £20,000 per annum for the current tax year at the time of filming. There are several different types of ISAs to choose from, including cash ISAs, stocks and shares ISAs, and innovative finance ISAs. Each type of ISA has its own set of rules and restrictions, so it's important to do your research to find the one that's right for you. As a beginner, you should focus on building a well-diversified portfolio that can help you achieve your long-term investment goals. This means spreading your money across different types of assets, such as stocks, bonds, and cash. When it comes to individual stocks, it can be tempting to try to pick the next big winner. However, this approach is typically risky and could lead to poor returns. Instead, focus on investing in established companies with strong fundamentals, such as those with a history of stable earnings and a competitive advantage in their industry. For example, you might consider investing in a blue chip stock like Unilever, which has a strong brand portfolio, diversified revenue streams, and a track record of increasing dividends over time. Alternatively, you might look at a growth stock like Tesla, which has shown impressive revenue growth and is positioned to benefit from the trend towards electric vehicles. Of course, no investment is completely risk-free, and it's important to be prepared for the possibility of losses. That's why it's super important to have a long-term investment horizon and to be patient with your investments. By staying diversified, investing in well-established companies, and being patient with your investments, you can give yourself the best chance of achieving your investment goals. Investing doesn't have to be daunting if you have a limited budget. By starting small, staying diversified, and investing in well-established companies or funds, you can build a solid foundation for your long-term financial goals. Remember to stay patient, focus on the long term, and seek the advice of a financial professional if you're unsure about where to start. With a little effort and discipline, anyone can start investing with just $100. And once again, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I've been the Midlands Investor. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content, and I'll see you again next time.